Welcome everyone. So as promised, this is an extended. So we are still in the energies that have been cleansed by the rose, incense, some sound. And I wanted to remind everyone, I'm being called to share this, that you are the prize. 12 on the clock there. You are the prize and never forget it. And if anyone ever makes you feel like you're not, don't take that to heart because it's usually a reflection upon them. So we're going to have an extended reading from the last reading that I posted. So I'm going to tag that in the description for those that might have missed it. But we were getting so far into it that so much came through and I thought, this has to stop here. I didn't extend these readings to be so long and I was already at nearly 20 minutes. And I thought there was a lot in there to process for some. So I wanted to park the energy there and come back to it. And now I'm pulled the card No. And I was being drawn to the eagle here, and I kept hearing the eagle-eye cherry, save tonight, wait, postpone, pause, say no. And for some of you, the divine inspiration is to say no to anything that makes you feel, I want to say boring, makes you feel boring, makes you feel stagnant. And for some of you, you know this about self. You can't say yes to something that doesn't make you feel alive. And you felt like you were wrong in this expression. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. But now you're finding souls that feel the exact same way as you. And with this Father Sky, it's like you are stepping forward into expressions that your ancestors didn't dare do or didn't have the capacity to do. And this is why there is so many surrounding you at this time, literally cheering you on and saying, yes, like, yes, you can do it. Yes, this is the pathway. Yes, this is where you need to go. Transformation, things are changing at cellular level, deep healing. And with that, this is under the energies and umbrella of the supermoon in Gemini. And I think that everyone here, you know how to wield both sides to your best advantage. For some of you here, you have friends in dark spaces and you know it. And that is okay. It's about how you wield that energy and that presence. And it's very life path dependable. I would not say that to everyone. I would not even say that to many that work with shadow beings, shadow aspects. I don't believe it's in a balanced way. But there are some that see shadow and light as equal, as it should be, and it should be respected. And I come from that space also. I respect it. There's some places in the shadow that I don't want to go, that I don't want to stay, but I've seen it and I respect it. And I understand its importance here for some, not all, but for some. I can see its acknowledgement for many where it is damaging and harmful. I can see its place where it doesn't belong here. But I also know in certain circumstances, it is there for a growing tool for many. And I think you have to be very honest about yourself and where you are in your life path right now. And the Eight of Coins is stopping out here because I think it's like, oh, this is so extreme, but I'm feeling it. And it's made me literally grab my third eye. For some, it's like you're just about to chuck everything down the drain. And I'm hearing, don't do it. Don't do it because you're doing it out of fear. And I'm being drawn to the Black Madonna here. Take your power back and give it back to you. If there's anything that you're wanting to give to you right now, come back to yourself first and check in with your spirit team. That's going to be essential. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And this is how so many of you feel. So many of you feel that you are here to do this, and you are. So why are you stopping now? Why don't you believe it now? What has happened? That seems to be a big question right now. What has happened to make you not believe? And yeah, I'm being drawn to Starseed on the bottom of the deck, who I consistently see as a young girl, but it's actually a woman. And I'm still not sure why that is the case, but I'm getting closer to finding out. I've got a few cards that want to come out. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, and this is what I was feeling before sitting down to film readings today. It's like, now is this lifetime. So many of you have been training for eons to be here, and eons is specific for some. Eons. Look into that, because I feel like there's a hidden message, and you don't have to look too far to find it if you know what I'm talking about. Don't dim to fit in. You are dimming your light in order. How are you? I literally said it. You are dimming your light in order to fit in. Stop it. And I'm seeing this as Marina Abramovich, which I find very interesting. There's more that needs to be uncovered in that space, whoever that resonates with. And I don't agree with that style of work. And I think this is to counteract that expression with the Illuminati eye popping out here. If you know that you're a warrior for that expression, that's going to make sense to you. So only take what resonates. Awakening. energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. I feel like I can't speak today. It's like my mouth doesn't move in the ways that I want it to, and it's because my third eye feels so awakened and illuminated. And I think this is how many feel right now. You're just going through massive changes, and specifically with the super moon, I think this has been hitting many, and many that don't even necessarily believe that they are on an awakened path. However, this energy is coming in for everyone. This rainbow frequency is coming in, and it's reaching everyone that is ready to receive it, whether they believe that they are ready or not. It's coming in regardless, which is why everyone that is here, most that are here, because I've got some that are being encouraged to step forward into these types of roles somewhere in your life. And you don't have to be doing something spiritual to be spiritual, is what I want to share. And this was the point of this channel, to help others understand that they've always been living a spiritual life. It just didn't look how they thought it would or should look. And I feel like this has been where I've been getting stuck on my path, because I knew what I wanted to do, or how I was bringing information forward wasn't like everyone else. I saw spiritual spaces and I just thought, I don't fit there. I don't know why, but it just doesn't feel right. And I'm a triple Aquarius, so yes, I push the boundaries, but it's like, I can't do something if it doesn't resonate like deeply with my soul. If it's not there, it's not there. And I'm just like, it's not for me. And I can't even pretend that it is. I can't even make myself care about it if I don't care about something. Like, I can't. That's not how I operate. And it's frustrating and annoying because, my scope of acceptance is probably a lot smaller than many. And I found this difficult in life. And I thought that it was because potentially commitment issues or not wanting to settle, but I now understand that it's only certain vibrations and frequencies that reach me, and I'm being drawn to like the iridescent expression of this dragon here, and it's like I feel like I live in the iridescence of this space. And it's interesting because when I had a shower earlier, I had a bubble that was created somewhere on between my nose and my mouth, and when I closed one eye, I could just see the iridescent colors exactly like this, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, I just want to live in the bubble. I just want to live in that bubble. And I feel like that's the life that I'm creating for self, is living in that rainbow aspect. And I know that so many here are going to resonate with that. And I feel like I'm very good at putting words to the spiritual experience, which is something that I'm glad that I can, because I think it's helpful for when I do read for others, that I can put words to feelings that perhaps they don't know how to articulate. And I feel like that's significant for someone or something. If you can't articulate it in words, how are you going to express it? And that's not necessarily a wrong thing, to not be able to articulate it in words, but you need to articulate it in some way. How are you going to get this energy into balance for you? What does that look like? How do you want to express this energy? Because I feel like this energy is coming for everyone. Inspiration is coming for those that are ready to receive it. How are you going to share it with the world? That's what it feels like. The unfolding rose, I cracked open, and it's happening for you, not to you. And I feel like many that have been here, you've been on such a deep path of transformation that you just feel like, oh my gosh, I can't take it again. But I'm hearing the final time, go under for the final time. And I think I said this 2 readings ago. It's like you're unfolding again. Let it happen. Like, go to church. I'm literally saying go to church. So some of you might need to go to church. And whatever church looks like to you. Maybe this is a temple. I was seeing this as Hathor's temple. Maybe this is going to the beach someday. Maybe this is getting into a body of water. Maybe this is dancing, ecstatic dancing, being drawn to. Maybe it's climbing a mountain. Maybe it's scuba diving. Maybe it's going for a luxurious meal. What is your sacred space? Either create it or go to it. Spirit is like, and it's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for me to feel this energy, because I wish that I could just shake some, because I'm like, you're living it. Don't worry. Everything is here. And this feels very sharp and direct, which is why I think there is a lot of cosmic energy behind this, because it feels so, that's the only way that I can describe this energy. And I feel like that is jarring for some. And it was jarring for me when I very first started to connect with galactic energy. It came through so densely, so sharply. I said it was like hitting a metal surface. That's what it felt like. It felt sterile. And I was like, this is bizarre. And it didn't make sense to me until it did, until I sunk into the heart of that space. And it was like, whoa, this is like nothing we've ever experienced. It's almost it's too big for where we are, until I managed to sink into those deeper expressions of the energies. And I've just been guided to sit bolt upright. It was like an energy beam came through the entirety of my body. and I pushed my shoulders back and my heart came forward. And I feel like this is what is happening to so many. It's like once you were slouching, once you were hiding, and now you're being guided to put your best self forward and shine your light, and it feels uncomfortable, and that is okay. But it's now time to dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And I think this is where some have got stuck. You don't know what to do. And I'm glad that this moon is here and this archway, because I think this is a threshold and an invitation. So if you want to take a minute and pause here, because I'm going to speak some light language to help, and maybe you want to look into the Ho'oponopono practice, which I've put in the bottom of the description for some weeks now, in order to forgive self, forgive others, and allow for that to be a space of common union and ground. And I feel like I'm always talking in riddles. I feel like what I'm saying is going to reach those that need to hear it, but there is so much energy coming through me, I'm not even entirely sure what I'm saying is making sense. So I'm going to just speak light language to bring in a level of vibration that I hope will resonate and help others understand that find it difficult to potentially speak or receive. This is about frequency. So you might want to listen to frequencies and vibrations to help awaken, to help align, to help soothe, whatever that looks like to you. Being drawn to my dragon channel as well, which is Dragon Heart Light, which is an expression of this also. But I'm going to just let the energy come through me. Mia ta kureshe taya ta ilanaya, tia ka olega tea shishine ike ato oro no koyete, mata alanaya ka, tele iana otoro ushine ike arata, tiki siena otoro mukia taya, tele iana ole kia ta tore shisinia otokomo, tala kaya, tele iana ala, tiki irene shisiana ukuleata eke, tele ikiana ulu tutoro mayata, shine hiene atala, kiki ine ole kiata ana ikia shishina utia tole, tala nayaka, kike unu ure te tiana, sisiama ole kiata ala kikiane ikieta utu, shime tiela na tai, teki elena aka tutu ore na ka, sisiama ele kierete okule ni ataye, kiela na aka, sikie ni ato uru, mike ato ole kikiana a. And I was drawn to a rattle maraca before I sat down, and I'm being drawn to bring it to the space, so I'm abiding by this. And it's interesting because it's got all of the iridescent and rainbow frequencies here. So this is for someone. Bad energy is very strong, and that's making me think of a lot of things. There's something about getting into the rhythm of life, and maybe this rhythm is so new that it feels very challenging, and I'm hearing that's okay, but just keep going. Yeah, we've got Starseed and we've got Pleiades stepping out again, and we've got protection. Call back your power, cut cords and soul retrieval. So for some, that's what you need to do right now. And I'm going to pull a card to put in the community tab, but I'm not going to share it here, so please do go over to the community tab, and yeah, that will be a message for those that see it, and I will tag this video in the description so that you know that this is where it came from. But do I want to grab more? This is going to be a continuation message at some point still, because I feel like there is still more that wants to come out with this energy, but I feel like we're having to break up the expression of what all of this means. Yeah, the self, gathering your power, because I feel like this is powering you up, everyone that is here. And I've always adored this card. I've not used this deck for a little while, but it's beautiful, and it's like you're ready. And for some of you, like, you know, this energy is lighting a flame in your butt, and that's okay. And you can take it slow, like feel the downloads, but you can also take this at your own pace. A miracle, making a difference. So many here, you've created so many miracles in other people's lives. I'm hearing, why don't you see it? Why don't you see it? The challenge, standing up for your rights. And I feel like this is what is happening right now. And you not believing in this pathway all your life, you're not standing up for yourself. And I think that this is a challenge for some right now. Anyone that resonates with the Black Madonna specifically, that feels like a real strong message. And I don't necessarily get on with deity work anymore, but I felt cool to bring that in. Oh, interesting. The Nine of Wands just fell off of the table. Two in dominance, believing in yourself. And I feel like this is what it is. Everyone here is learning to believe in themselves that little bit deeper. The transformation, defining yourself, and you're defining what is real and true to you, what you feel in your heart to be your truth, and where you want to be moving forward. And I've got the unicorn dragon here, which is interesting because this artist has created another deck which I've used on this channel, which is called unicorns, and they all have very significant expressions of yeah, just different whimsies of unicorns that you wouldn't expect. And this is, you know, a dragon unicorn, so I wonder if this card inspired that for them. And it's like, I feel like this is how some are trying to, well, this is what's happening, and perhaps you're afraid of it because it's like everything is just a next thing from everything that is happening in your life, and that's not how you've been used to living your life. Maybe you know 2 days are the same, and that now frightens you because you're used to everything feeling the same every day. But I'm hearing that, you know, that was a trap. In the safety of every day being the same, it was actually, you know, not helping you grow. It was like causing stagnant waters. Inspiration, and I was saying, I'm hearing it was making you ill in staying in something that just felt the same. Like there had to be a switch up in energy, and maybe this caused a friction, you know, somewhere between some. But you had to save yourself. You had to follow what was right in your heart, and it's like this cup of energy. Drink your own energy. Well, I mean, well, okay, am I going to share that? I'm seeing some very interesting expressions of that, but I mean, literally, like, cup your hands and hold energy in your hands and drink it. But you can do what you like, you know. 20 returning, going with the flow. And this is what it is. Like, some of you, you're learning just how much power you have in these realms. And yeah, I just keep hearing it's frightening. It is frightening. So I'm going to leave it there again, everyone. And I might even film part 3 of this now. I feel like I'm supposed to stay in this energy, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, join me again for part 3 because I feel like there's something very special happening here. And everyone deserves to see themselves as powerful. And this is not power over another, it's power within self. And perhaps this is the bit that keeps some trapped. It's like you're afraid of just how powerful you are, but you don't have to use that outwardly. This can be your internal power, and how you masterfully press that out to others is going to be up to you. How you gift it out, not even press it out, but gift it out to others. For some of you, you feel like you're, I don't know, like like an evil being here. And maybe you are, maybe you were. I can resonate with that. But you are gentle. You can be gentle. And you can be tamed, and you've been learning to tame yourself. So trust in that energy. 17:15 on the clock there. But I'm going to pause it here. And yeah, please come back for part 3 if you feel called. Take care for now.